My name is Jorge, and I will be covering entity relationship diagrams and specialising in primary keys. So, where would you use a entity relationship diagram? Anybody? Does anybody know?
To show like flow of data.
Okay, yeah, okay. Could you expand on that a little bit?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. So, what within a company, how do you think they might use it?
Well, they could show like what uses what, you know.
Yeah.
The accountant could use the sales, could use.
Yeah. Keep going. You're nearly there.
What's
Yeah.
after that? I don't know.
So basically, a entity relationship diagram. It can be used for database design. So it basically shows how different components relate and sort of work together. And it basically, an example of this, a supermarket could use an ERD to define a system and how things work. So customers, how do they link to the basket? How do they link to the warehouse? How does it link to etc. and stuff like that. So, excellent. Right, so these are all the different types of keys. I will be specialising in primary keys. So primary key, foreign key, super key, candidate key, alternate key, composite key, and unique key. Could anybody give me a difference? So how is primary key different to the other keys? Yes.
Unique.
Yes, so it can be unique. But also, if I could give you an example in programming, think of a variable name.
Like an identifier.
It's an identifier, yes. So yes, it does identify. So that identifier can't change compared to the other ones, they can change. So yeah, so like you said, what is a primary key?
So it's a value used to identify a record.
Yes. So a supermarket for a customer, what could identify them?
Just an ID.
An ID, yeah. So an ID number. So it could be C0001 C and then so on. So yeah, what is the purpose? So that it identifies a customer, a product, etc. Could anybody give me a pro? So an advantage of using a
They're
primary.
unique.
Yes, so it's unique. So it's so you can easily identify what it does, what it is. So for example, you wouldn't have a variable in Python called number if it was a string. Do you see what I mean by that? Yeah, so you can look at the variable name and you could be like, oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Good. Cons. So what's the disadvantage?
That is unique.
Yeah. Essentially, yes. So it has to follow those sort of guidelines to be unique. Yeah. Right. So, activity. Open up your web browsers, and I would like you to go to Lucid Charts. And I want you here to create an entity relationship diagram using a primary key for a supermarket with customers. So here's an example of an ERD. So you can sort of hit C here. That's the primary key, and here's all the other keys. And yeah.